Alright, so I've never done vlog stuff before, but I've had a few people actually request it for the new upcoming Drift Fox, so I'll give it a go. I always wanted to do drifting, never really had the car for it. This is the main car, autocross car, so it just likes to grip. So gonna try drifting. Had a buddy give me the car. All he wanted were the wheels and interior out of it, and I could have the car. So pretty solid Fox 93 hatch car. I've already been doing some work on it, got it pretty much gutted out, trying to mock up a steering column, got a seat in. Actually pulled a Kirky off my race sim. SN95 rear end. Made probably 4 trips to the junkyard over the past month. Some Taurus calipers for the e-brake. Found some new, really cheap shocks in the junkyard, but grabbed them anyway. The rear end's out of a 95 GT. And then pulled some 373 gears out of a Ranger. And got the LSD welded up in it and gears all in. I actually watched another YouTube video, somebody who welded the diff and re-shimmed all the axles so they wouldn't have any in and out play once they were all welded in. So that was a good little trick. So now we're putting in a 4.62 valve out of a Crown Vic. I wanted something pretty reliable, and I do not like working on 302s. So mod motor it is, and it looks like I pulled this thing out of the Atlantic Ocean with all the rust and oxidation. But so I've been working the past few days on some lovely headers, which I could never recommend to anyone. They were the eBay special $150 long tubes, which they look really nice, but the amount of hammering and cutting I've done, it's not even worth it. But just trying to put the car together on a super tight budget. So trying to stay under $2,000 for everything. And right now we're probably at, say, $1,000 to $1,100. But a lot of parts I've had over the years just been sitting on the shelf, like a Mishimoto radiator was just chilling in the attic. And then I had some camber caster plates for I think they were for a New Edge or SN95, but slotted some holes, drilled some new ones. And I think they're at pretty good positions to work good enough, I guess. I already got the longer bump steer, which it's made for 2-inch longer control arms, so that's kind of the next project, is to start making control arms, because as you can see, that'll be nowhere near. Some cheapo UPR collar sleeves on some 0304 Cobra Bilstons. K-members all out of a, I think it was a New Edge car. Rack was a New Edge rack that I actually found in the junkyard that had been remanufactured, so hopefully it is okay. Pulled a Hydro Boost out of a car, got it in there with the Maximum Motorsports brake line swap. Made the brake lines all pretty much plug and play for the factory distribution block or whatever it is. And then got the car was a 2.3 automatic. So we got the New Edge pedal assembly in and shifter out, so I'll probably have to cut that hole a little bigger once we get the transmission in. So there went my light. For the computer, I have a 2005 Crown Vic ECU, which is tunable through HP tuners, so that should make it nice and easy. No patch security system. So I'll be going through some diagrams tonight. We'll try to get that figured out what all wires I can delete and need to delete. And if we can, I'm gonna try to use the factory interior fuse box to power everything. So I'll be stripping all the wires out from the factory body harness that I don't need. We'll be keeping lights and the necessities, but a lot of stuff we don't need since we gutted all the interior and all the wiring up here in the engine bay. So next project is probably going to be the control arms, which I've been doing some measuring on these. These are factory SN95 arms, so they're already longer than the Fox arms. So we've just been measuring out the widths for the front and the back bolts, and then the ball joint taper, trying to figure that out. I want to try to use a spherical bearing for the ball joint, and then a taper stud. So obviously this one's too small, but more spherical bearing like this with a weld cup in the arm, and then a ball joint stud. So this would basically be on the bottom, stud would be on top. So it would still go on the spindle the same way, but wouldn't actually have a ball joint. So these are a little more, I guess, easier to service track side. If anything falls out or breaks, I can just keep a few spherical bearings in hand, drop them in when I need them, or the studs, keep some extra studs on hand. So that's where we're at right now. So as far as this whole vlog goes, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what content people want to see. I know there's a lot of already drift stuff on YouTube for Fox bodies and Mustangs in general, so I don't know if you guys want to see day-to-day progress on what I'm doing to the car, or if you want the more technical stuff like the arms and how I'm building the arms, how I'm designing them. Because I'm coming from an autocross background here, so I'm not exactly sure what kind of geometries you want for drift stuff, but doing some internet research, trying to figure that kind of stuff out, and then just and try to maximize the angle and all, and the length of the arms, get them where we want. So I mean, if you want the technical stuff, I could even walk through all the wiring for standalone on the Crown Vic motors, which I know I've already got tutorials out there for Coyote stuff on how to make a standalone harness from factory harnesses and computer. That's on my website, hititautosport.com. It's all free stuff. It's just up there posted for everybody, so I can kind of give a walkthrough on the Crown Vic stuff, which is, I'm assuming, will be very similar to the Coyote stuff. The ECU is practically the same style of ECU, so I'm sure it's going to want power to the same places and all. Or if you guys just want to wait till it's done and I post videos learning to drift, I've never drifted before, I can throw that car around, slide it pretty good, but I'm sure this will be a whole different beast. So it can be more of a how to drift, or how I'm learning, to trying to dial in the car, or whatever you guys want, let me know. I'll try to stay up to date with all of this and try to get a read on people, what y'all are wanting, and what kind of videos and content I can make. So until next time.